So I used to live the high life, like really high all the time.
Yeah.
I got to a point where I was like, I really need to choose between like training and getting high. And I thought like, yeah, getting high is not gonna get me anything. Like I was getting high for like more than 10 years of my life, and it didn't bring me anything good. A lot of my friends were ended up, a lot of them like ended up in jail. I got a friend who even died overdosing on shit. So I was like, I just really need to like really focus on myself and just maybe take training a little bit more seriously. So I started training more and then slowly distancing myself a little bit from those friends who were always getting me to drink and smoke too much. Because obviously like this was my first professional show. So I could have definitely placed a little bit better, maybe fourth if it wasn't my first show. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say top 3 because the top 3 guys were really good.
Yes,
really lean, like fucking shredded to the bone. So I think I just need to come in a little bit more conditioned because the size is already there. Like I was the biggest guy on stage.
He's the rap singing, Italian red trunk competitor, biggest lat spreading, calisthenics king, gangster looking, kindest heart bearing. Australia's men's physique winner, ready and trying to take over the world, competing. Please help me welcome the Black Terminator himself, IFBB pro, Patrick Asiedu.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to pronounce. Oh, I got you. I'm doing very well.
Nice to see you. Look at the size on you.
We're getting there, man. Getting there. It just feels good to like get back to like normal life, eat food, and just enjoy food. Yeah, enjoying food, enjoy life. Exactly.
Not have to get up at 2 a.m.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh my god, man, I don't miss that shit at all. But it was good though. It was good.
Tell me one. Yeah. One, the hardest thing. The hardest thing on getting ready for Vancouver. What was the hardest thing?
So
let's not talk about the travel. We're going to talk about the eggs thing. I'm going to ask you about your eggs and fly. But what was if you said this got me every time? I just had to.
I was small because obviously like this was my first professional show, so I was trying to get super lean for it. So I would say the diet. Yeah, the diet part. Yeah, I was like on very low calories, and I was doing all this shitload of cardio and all that. So my energy was really low. I fucked up a couple of times, to be honest. I was just having a little bit extra sometimes here and there. Yeah. When I was feeling too low. So I actually had to like lose. No, I didn't have to, but I lost like 10 kilos the week before, like in 1 week.
I'd love to lose 10 kilos.
Like, but it was just water, you know what I'm saying? Just water weight. So just a couple of days I fasted. I didn't eat anything at all. Up my cardio, eat a little bit less, and then I lost those 10 kilos. Yeah. But it wasn't enough because I placed 6th. Yes. The judges' feedback was for me to get a little bit leaner next time. I don't need to put on any size. I just need to like get in a little bit leaner. That's what it said.
Oh, so we'll get to the comp because that's my first question. But let's go with, diet killed you. Man. That was the hardest. Fuck. What was the easiest?
Was it
easy?
I mean, training, I love training. It doesn't matter if I was tired, depleted, or whatever. I still enjoy it. I still enjoy the training part.
You enjoyed it, yeah?
Yeah, and obviously, as they say, an angry man is an angry man. So it just depends from the mood. So a bit of mood swings here and there. Even at the gym. I was getting really frustrated when people kept asking me, when is the comp? Well, all I was doing those days was posting that shit on my Instagram. Okay?
You feel like just pressing recording.
Exactly. And then in the day, people ask me the same questions like 10, 15, 20 times, and I was getting frustrated. And then sometimes I'll be like, all right.
All of a sudden, you got no friends. Now you got no friends. You're building friends again.
I managed it properly, though. I was really good. I mean, I was like, oh man, you guys just need to like pay more attention. Just you know what I'm saying?
Well, I would have been the one probably asking too many questions. But the one thing I work out is when someone's angry, step away. I know, step away.
Exactly.
All right, let's go Vancouver. Tell us about the Vancouver comp. Yeah. You play 6th.
6th, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
After what we spoke personally now, I'm wondering even how you even got 6th. Where it sounds like you You were good.
I was the
something.
biggest.
You've missed something because you came in not yourself and you got 6, and there was obviously a few more competitors.
100%.
I'm going to tell you something funny as well. Is it Jason Huin?
Yeah, Jason did one. Yeah,
We're going to do a podcast with him.
yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good.
And you were in the background in one of his shorts.
Yeah, because I was there with him. Yeah,
That's why when I saw it, I'm like, hey,
he's a great guy. Yeah,
he's a great guy.
Yeah, me and him had lunch. After the pre-judging,
Yes.
we went together to have lunch and was just talking about how dedicated and all he was, and it was just opened my mind a little bit on the pro side of the thing.
What did it open?
Sorry.
What did it open? Tell me, because he's
just-
going to be on the podcast. So
I mean, it just told me that I just need to take this serious because it's not like a pro show is not like an amateur show. You know what I'm saying? So, or you go hard or you fucking go hard. So that was basically what he said. And he was fucking like nearly passing out. He had no energy. He was so depleted. That's how he was.
What I saw on his, because I'm studying him a little bit.
Yeah.
I saw his build up all year to the shows, and mate, it's a build up. It's not like he's got it. He was placing different places to come first.
Oh, 100%.
He wasn't 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Yeah,
He was
place 6, 5th. And
he was all out, and then but he just kept
going. Yeah.
going, and I guess like every race car, you're not going to get first place.
Exactly. So that's why I'm not even mad about me placing 6 on my first pro show. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I was hoping to place a little bit better, but I'm fine. I'm okay with this. I know exactly what I need to do next time, and I just learned from it, man.
Well, I think, all right, if I had to ask you though, what's the one thing, knowing what you know now, that you'd do better in relation to getting a better position or coming or winning? What would you have done to get third, let's say, or second, or even win? But what would you have changed? Looking back.
I don't think on that lineup I could have definitely placed a little bit better, maybe fourth if it wasn't my first show. I'm not gonna say top 3 because the top 3 guys were really good.
Yes,
really lean, like fucking shredded to the bone. So I think I just need to come in a little bit more condition because the size is already there. Like I was the biggest guy on stage, and the judges they told me, they were like, look, I'm looking at Olympia, what we won at Olympia. You were the guy with the shape we won, but seeing you next to these guys that are fucking lean, it's hard. It's really hard for you to
I guess size isn't everything.
Isn't everything.
What I mean is size is important, but you got to come in the complete package.
That's it. 100%.
I never knew that the judges, being that they are, their critiquing is so good for you and everybody that you go back to learn off them. Isn't that really?
Exactly. So after the show, you can always go and get your feedback. Yeah. And that was really, really good one. So this is actually the first time I've ever done it because the amateur shows are just it was just so easy to win. So you know what I'm saying? But this, I definitely know what I need to do next time. So this off season is definitely gonna be on a deficit, and we just work our way up. So I'm 105 at the moment. I think next time. Last time on stage I was 94. So considering I have to come in a little bit more leaner, probably weight doesn't matter too much, but with the new weight cap, I think I need to be around 94 and a little bit below. So
look, you looked ripped, but I guess you said something.
I was 5.5% body fat, but it's not enough on the pro league. I'm saying.
But I think as well, you said it. The diet was playing you're breaking it a bit.
Exactly.
And it's not your fault. It's fucking the hardest thing. You just said there's the diet.
It is,
And you said you had 2 meals flying the plane.
Outside. Just
come on, let's talk about
14
that.
hours.
It was just protein.
So it was just 14 hours, and I just had fish and eggs. That's all I was having on the plane. No carbs at all.
And also there's a difference in climate for you. You got to climatize. There's jet lag. I mean, come on, bro.
All that stuff. No, it's not.
You got 6. You would have got third. If
traveling alone.
That's right.
All the stress and all that stuff. It just, and this was the first time too. I guess I'll just get used to it, and definitely next time is going to be better. I do know this for sure.
I look forward to it. I look forward to it.
Hey guys, Steve here from Muscle Talks. I just want to say thank you for you guys being here. Thank you for watching this podcast. What I'd really love is for you guys to hit the subscribe button Why hit the subscribe button? It will just allow us to have a bigger reach, allow us to go get a bigger audience, and also bring you the best of the best here. Our goal here is to not only get our local people, but also international, and eventually, and hopefully, and will be bringing the Olympians to this station, Muscle Talks podcast. So please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell. So every time our podcast is launched weekly, that you get notified and you can sit back and enjoy this. Thanks, guys.
Okay, 2019, because we're going to go back a little bit, but I looked at 2019. I saw you a comp in Italy, I believe.
Yeah, that was my first show ever.
Yeah, man, you had these red budgie smugglers on.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I fucked that.
And man, you were busting some fucking moves, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Like, what the hell was that routine? Tell me about that show.
Okay.
Tell me about a few about those shows. And did you have a coach?
Yeah.
But tell me, mate, you were those red budgie
So that was the
smugglers.
first.
And I saw this, I don't know, man. It was like,
Yeah, I was trying to Michael Jackson the shit out of it. Like,
what the hell is going on?
it was fun though, because
You
the thing is
stood
like,
out.
the thing is like, yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to do. And like everyone was doing the same routine, posing and stuff. And I was like, I'm African. And I'm saying, I'm African. So I'll just bring something like that in there. And I used to watch, what's the name of this guy? I think his name was Kalimaso or something.
Oh, no.
Guy Green.
Carl Green. I was going to say, do you think you're Carl Green?
Yeah, it was doing.
Carl Green does.
Yeah, it does start all that stuff. So
He does all
I
these
got
things.
inspired a little bit from that.
Yeah, he's
And I was like, I'm just gonna do something different. And the crowd went crazy, man.
I was watching it.
crowd
I mean, I was watching it on the highlights.
Yeah, yeah.
Go on.
They went really crazy. And it was fun, man. But the thing is, like, I didn't really enjoy. I mean, I wanted to be main physique already in the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
But the guy I went to for prep, it was like, look, like, it's such a waste. Like, let's. And then I was coming from just calisthenics, so I didn't have any background of legs. I didn't train any legs at all. It was like, you have very good potential. Let's start working on your legs, and we do bodybuilding instead of men's physique. And then whatever, like, if you just like bodybuilding, you stick to it. If you don't like it, then you can move on to something else. So I wasn't really happy with that, but I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't have anything to lose, and I still need to build my legs. So
Yeah.
I was like, let's give it a
I
go.
could see. Don't look at me. I'm no judge. Don't ask me to write you a thing how you should win.
Yeah.
But firstly, those dance moves definitely you would win.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. I was watching you. I go,
did one.
This guy's This guy's a nightclub. It's a nightclub right now.
I did
You had the
win.
music going. You had the
Yeah.
dancing going.
It was cool. It was cool. I did win my class, and that was my first comp ever.
You
And
won that?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like,
So I won, and I placed second.
Yes.
For the pro card
yeah.
in the first comp ever. So
I think you
wasn't
did.
too
Yeah,
bad.
no, you did it. You did amazing, man. Like I said, cool budgie smugglers, nice red ones, mate.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever wear that shit anymore, man. I just like my more shorts too.
Maybe
much,
next
man.
year we'll get you on the podcast with the red ones on.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, calisthenics was your thing.
Yes.
Obviously, we mentioned before, and I read 1,000 push-ups.
500 pull-ups.
Yeah, but we're going to go with 1,000 because here you also wrote 500 different variation chin-ups.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with, man, I can only do 20 push-ups, mate.
Well, in a row.
Probably all day. Probably all day. But 1,000, it's conditioning. It's conditioning.
And that was what we're doing like the whole day. But we stayed there for like.
But it was a big thing, wasn't it? Calisthenics at one stage. It was all over the social media.
Really, when I started 8 years ago, it wasn't that big. It wasn't actually that big. And I do remember, like, from where I'm from, Brescia, I was the first person that ever brought that to Brescia, because I used to like. So I started with like pull-ups and stuff, and I was like, so I think back then there was this guy named, what's his name? Hannibal is this black guy, like ripped, really ripped, and all he was doing was calisthenic stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe I was just watching YouTube, whatever he was doing, and I tried to like do that, and then I was like, fuck, I can do this shit. So next thing I know, there was like 20 other people coming to train with me. And that's how I got into like even training people, because they started calling me personal trainer out of nowhere. I was like, I kind of like this name, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just one thing came with the other. But yeah, we really used to do like.
Well, you said 1,000, I know. And you said 500
pull-ups,
chin-ups and pull-ups, whatever. Yeah. But different variations. How many different variations is that?
So you can do wide, you can do close grip, you can do this way. We do commando, and then one end. And then one this way, one and the other way.
How many chin-ups can you do, like? Yeah, you. No, I could do.
Well, we need to work on that.
Right now, I can only do 5, but
5's good.
But let me tell you something. Back in, I keep bringing the backstories in.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, when I trained in the 90s, chin-ups was a no compromise. If you trained back, you threw in a chin-up
Sure.
in your workout.
In your program.
So everyone was doing chin-ups. It wasn't like, everyone does the machines.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I trained, you had to throw a chin-up.
Pull-up. So I throw it. Like, there was a point I was doing pull-ups even on my leg days.
Yeah.
Like, just to maintain there.
And they say something about, I guess it is about good for your core, but also good for your body strength. Is to hold body strength.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well,
I think, this.
how do you work on that? How do you work on that?
How do you work on pull-ups?
Yeah.
Just practice them.
Just
so
keep jumping on butts?
Yeah. So you start with negatives on isometric odds there. So you just odd on there, and just trying to condition yourself to just do more.
I believe, and I'm going to tell you, I reckon if you're good at chin-ups, pull-ups, whatever you want to call them, predominantly you've got a great back. Predominantly you've got a big back, thick back.
Yeah.
If you do hit chin-ups a lot, is that true?
You can actually grow like a sick back with just pull-ups.
Yeah, I agree.
Like just that.
I agree.
Just that. But you have to do a lot though.
Of course.
Yeah.
There you go, Chris.
Yeah. A lot of it.
Yeah,
and then it's like, you start in the beginning, you do 3, 4, and then keep practicing, and next thing you're doing 10, 15, 20.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
well,
we get good at what we practice here.
Chin-ups is just as scary as leg squats. Yeah, why? It's just chin-ups, but it's kind of like it exposes if you're weak or not.
I think it's like it is hard because you can do a squat, you can even do a body weight squat. Everyone can do a squat, but not everyone can do a pull up. Like it's really hard to pull your own self up. So it takes a bit of conditioning and practice. So that's why I think it's a really good thing. I think every man should be able to do at least 5 to 10 pull ups, and if you can do them, hit me up. I'll get you there.
Chris is not a man on. All right, let's. It's true, he's not. He's a hitman. Let's go back. You were born in
Ghana.
Ghana.
West Africa, yeah.
West Africa. You know what? Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Tell us about the kid. What age did you go to Italy? Before that, what were you like?
5 when we moved to Italy.
All right, so do you remember much about 0 to 5 at all? What do you remember? If you could remember.
I just remember me and my sisters and all my cousins, they're sleeping in this one room. The stuff from my grandparents. And we used to walk to school and all that shit. And what else? I mean, it was fun. It was fun because you could see everyone was happy, even with little.
Why do you think that?
Because
why does some countries seemingly with very little have a lot of smiles and praise to God or whatever? Why is it that they?
I think it comes down to appreciating what you have, and then instead of just expecting too much. At the end of the day, you can expect what the fuck you want, but it's not coming from anywhere. It's Africa, so you just have to be happy with what you have, and then I think people just move on like that.
And tell me, I believe God was very gracious. Maybe they made them a bit poor, but they're the best looking people.
Oh, yeah?
What the fuck? They're all beautiful. You all got beautiful features. Beautiful.
I appreciate that.
Don't you think, Chris?
I appreciate that.
I mean, when I look at the women too and the men, trust me, great cheek structures, usually great symmetry, even if you're skinny or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
You don't really see a real fat. What I'm getting at is, I don't know what it is, but
I think people don't get too fat because they actually they don't have too much food.
But I see even the women, their eyes and their lip, obviously your lips too, not your mine.
Don't look too much on this.
No, but the thing is, just everything about
it's just
Africans have. I think they're one of the most beautiful creatures in man, in woman, and person in the world. Don't you think I do? What do you think, Chris? Exhibit A. Yeah. I think Macedonians are number 2, by the way.
Yeah.
The second last. No, they're number two. Number 2.
Where are you gonna put Australia?
Well, I'm Greek, but Australia. Oh, you know what? That's and to keep the podcast alive. No. I think Australia is up there with some real beautiful women.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think, and men too. I think definitely the women, all of them are all beautiful. I think Europe's a funny place too. I'm just saying, but I think Australia, the girls and the way they approach themselves and how they dress, I think we have, and also I think Australian women as well. What I'm seeing now is they're beautifully voluptuous, meaning, I know girls are going to think voluptuous means fat. No, Chris. The thing is, I've probably got a step now into something that's going to ruin this whole podcast. But having said that, what I mean is, European women are once known to be full and beautiful, and and I think that's how. I think we've got a lot of girls that are looking quite amazing at the moment.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't know. That's what I think. But as for the guys, I mean, you can't beat us two here on the couch, and Chris is on the whatever you call whatever Chris doesn't do very much here.
threeog.shop.
So you grew up in Italy. You went there when you were 5.
Yeah.
Why did you guys go to Italy?
I think my dad had like a business opportunity or something like that there.
Opportunity, yeah.
What was the
business opportunity?
He used to be into like law and stuff. Like he used to be a lawyer.
Well, your dad's according to...
Yeah, but he went there and I quite didn't understand why he wasn't doing that though. He was just doing something completely different. So I don't...
What was he doing?
I can imagine him. What was he doing? I can't fucking remember. What was he doing? Used to work like a bakery, bakery shop or something like that.
So you're saying he went more labor force than white collar?
Than what he
blue
was.
collar instead of white collar? Right.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think maybe it's like probably his qualifications.
That was even counted
there or something like that. But I thought he had that opportunity to go there and work like in that field, but then it just didn't happen. So he just got something else. And then, we just ended up there, man.
Did you like Italy?
Yeah. That's probably where I've been most of my life.
Where in Italy?
It's up north. It's called Brescia. It's like an hour from Milan.
Yeah, I've been to Milan.
Yeah. Everyone has been to Milan. Everyone, yeah.
Quite social. But Milan's known for infrastructure, fashion.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that where everything gets made or produced?
There's a lot of nice fashion stuff happening around there. There's a lot of like good shops, good like
Did you guys go around Europe quite a bit from Italy, growing up?
everywhere.
And what's your favorite place outside of Italy?
Spain. I would say Spain. Oh, the party. Like when I was young, I used to party a lot. So the party there is amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's the only place I didn't go to. I didn't go to Spain.
You should definitely, man.
I went to Europe. If anyone's going to Europe, I'll tell you a few rules. 1, if you're going to do the Greek islands, do them last. Why? Because you want to come back with a European tan. You have to come back with like beautiful golden color.
It's going to go away though.
What's that?
It's going to go away anyway.
No, you have to come back looking like you've had a good time.
Sure.
You don't want to come back like backpacking and not eating. You got to look like oily skin. You got to look like you're nice. So so what you do? Because I did it backwards. I went to Greek islands. Then I caught a plane to Germany, and from Germany, and back then we didn't have phones. All we had was a map. Then sat in McDonald's, and we go, let's go north. So we went north, and we went Belgium, Amsterdam. I went to England, France, and from France we realized, what the hell are we doing? We need to get back to the Greek islands. So we ditched Spain, did French Rivieras, and then we did Italy, and then we jumped back over to Athens, straight to the islands, and we spent 2 weeks living up. And the last thing I'll tell all the girls, don't worry about bikini tops. You don't need bikini tops in the Greek islands.
I mean, if you want.
No, you don't. You'll be embarrassed. You'll be the only one wearing a bikini top.
Sure.
No, it's true, man. Trust me.
Yeah, it depends where you go though.
I helped my cousins and my sister pack their bags the year after when I came back. I said, what do we not need to take? And I grabbed all their bikini tops and I threw them out. And they took them with them. And then when I look at all the photos, they're like this because they're not wearing bikini tops. So anyway, Chris, you don't have to take a bikini top. I think this is a bagging Chris podcast. I apologize. I don't want to bag Chris. It's because everyone loves him. Okay, so, and Italy, you did your schooling,
Yeah.
And what age were you when you came to Australia?
So I came 4 years ago. I'm 32 now, and so 28.
Okay. What did you want to be when you were growing up? Like when you
Depends though. Depends. Like I kind of wanted to be like a doctor until like maybe say 12, 15 years until
a doctor.
until 14 years, and I started rapping around that age.
But even then, what made you want to become a doctor?
Because growing up, like that's what like they always tell us, go to school, make sure you get a good job, because in Africa there's not a lot of jobs, okay? So you really have to like study a lot. That's why it's really like it's like almost compulsory for you to go to school, get good grades, and then get a better job so you can create something for yourself.
But again, one of those countries worship that, care about that, and us in our countries, we don't.
Value education.
Value education.
Yeah.
And to be honest, sometimes you don't need it to succeed. Let's get that right.
Yeah, but in Africa.
But in Africa, I'm assuming, and you wanting to be a doctor, like
that's the only thing.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like you just have to study, because like there's no one is creating jobs for you to go and work there. So you need to like come up with your own shit, and that's why.
Any particular doctor you wanted to be, or just a general?
Just a general.
Okay, general.
Yeah, I didn't know even, and then
just the word doctor.
Yeah, just a doctor. That sounded good. So I was like, okay, doctor.
And then
growing up like around 14, 15, I got into like rap, and obviously wanted to be a superstar, a rap star.
Mm-hmm.
I did that for like quite a little bit, for like more than 10, 12 years.
Well, you were a rap artist.
Yeah.
And I noticed you had film clips. Is that?
Yeah,
and you were seeing those
into. Yeah. I have some.
Who wrote the music?
I used to write my own stuff. Eh?
Hey, do you know I wrote a Muscle Talk song?
Do you?
I'm still waiting for Chris to push it out there.
Is it rap or what?
No, it's called 3OG, and it says only some, maybe some, and it talks about competing. Standing in front of the judges and who gives a fuck. And like it's a lot of. Like, it's a good song, man. Like
that's good.
Maybe
have you recorded that already?
I've recorded it. I'll get you to listen to it at the end. And maybe we get you to be in the film clip.
Why not?
And we'll get you to smoke cigars and drink whiskey like you did in the past.
Oh yeah, I was smoking.
So what about you?
No more than that.
What about the smoking and the whiskey? When did you give that up? Because you were rapping and smoking and drinking whiskey.
Oh yeah. So I got to a point where I was like kind of like transitioning to like being a personal trainer.
Yes.
So I was always.
Was that here in Australia then?
No, it's back home in Italy. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like maybe I'll say 5-6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like didn't want to like, because I was drinking a lot. Like I was smashing a whole bottle of like whiskey when we're going out, or even when we're in the studio. So I used to live the high life, like really high all the time.
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I was like, I really need to choose between like training and getting high. And I thought like, getting high is not gonna get me anything. Like I was getting high for like more than 10 years of my life, and it didn't bring me anything good.
So up until say 24, I'm assuming.
Something like that, yeah.
14, 24.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then I saw how a lot of my friends were ending up. A lot of them like ended up in jail. I got a friend who even died overdosing on shit. So I was like, I just really need to like really focus on myself, and just maybe take training a little bit more seriously. So I started training more, and then slowly distancing myself a little bit from those friends who were always getting me to drink and smoke too much. And then by the time I knew, I was just training. I wasn't even drinking anymore. And then
you seem, because I'm going to talk about your education.
Yeah.
You seem like an intelligent guy. Were you reading self-improvement books? Were you reading any books?
I did a lot, yeah.
Any books you want to mention besides Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich, huh?
Napoleon Hill. Yeah, that was the first book I ever read.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Really good.
I would read that. Have you read that one, Chris?
It is really good. You just teach about wealth and all that stuff. I feel like, not just that, like law of attraction, and all that stuff. How to like make shit happen for you.
So was that helping you stop the alcohol move on? Because I don't think anyone can wing it.
No, definitely. Yeah, that actually did help me a lot. Yeah, and then obviously I started like going more spiritually, because I got to a point I was like, okay, I'm working on my body. I need to work on my mental and my spirit. My spirit too. So mental was for the books. I was reading books to like get my mind right, and just doing some meditation and all that stuff to let everything be like in line. So yeah, mind, body, spirit, and all that.
Well, but also I know, I'm just going to make sure I'm going in line with my questions.
Yeah.
But I'm going to jump a question and then come back up. So obviously you're not just a good-looking, buffed-up guy.
Oh, stop it, man.
I know. Look at this. But you are academically, have academic excellence, and you studied sports science at university. Where'd you study that at?
Milan. That's when, what was that, like? 7 years ago now?
7 years ago. And that was obviously the letting go of the booze, cigarettes,
So that
the high life. Then you were doing that by...
Yeah. I got busy with that.
You were training, reading books. You learned your 5%. Your 5. There's, I don't know. Is it 5? You're 1% of the 5 friends you hang around with, or something like that. You're some. I don't know what it is, but
so it says you become like the most 5 people that you hang out with.
Yeah, most definitely. So then you're reading books. That's getting you there. Then you said, I'm gonna. And so you're enjoying the physical side. So you said, I'm gonna study sports science.
Yeah, because everyone was calling me personal trainer. And I was like, maybe I like that as a job. So then I can always be at the gym, people, and then just obviously have my own like time management, just to do my own thing. And yeah, that's how I got into it, man.
So you went to university, studied sports science. How many years was that?
3 years.
3 years. Was it hard?
It's fucking hard, man. First year was fucking horrible because to even get in there was this test I remember of like an anatomy test. It was like 100 questions and you have to like do over 80 to like pass that shit. I failed that shit like twice before. So first time, I think I did like 45 over 100, which was really bad. And second time, 72 over 100. And then the last time I got like 89 and then I passed that just to get in the university.
Being the fitness industry as it is, do you feel, does it make you proud to know that you've did that hard educational world of understanding physique or not?
Sure,
really? Like,
100%, yeah.
Because everyone's a personal trainer, everybody's an influencer, everyone's a mentor.
Sure.
Mate, everyone's an entrepreneur, apparently.
Yeah.
But do you feel you've done something
I feel like
that gives you
helped me a lot,
it gives you the courage to say who you are in a way, or what you do? Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. It did help me personally in the beginning. There's like no like muscles or like joints and all that stuff works. And then obviously like getting into this job, like just know what's actually going on with people and trying to help them the best way I can. Yeah.
You probably get on with Liam. You know Liam?
I know Liam, yeah.
Yes, he's quite a smart
guy.
too.
He is. Yeah, he's a really good coach, yeah.
He's a great coach, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a great guy too. He's done us a great video.
Yeah, I saw.
We're going to be asking you for something like that.
That's right.
Oh, he said yes, everybody. Chris got it on camera. Not editing that one out, even though we don't edit much.
All right.
Okay, so let's jump back up. When was the moment bodybuilding caught your attention and made you want to compete? I mean, give us, giving up a few things to know you wanted to enter the stage. We're talking about, so when was bodybuilding, not training, but that moment you said, I'm going bodybuilding? When was that moment?
So it did actually happen like accidentally because I got into this gym, obviously because I wanted to like put on some size.
Yeah, of course.
In the beginning from the calisthenics, because you can only build like, you can't get too big with just calisthenics. So let's be honest with that. And so I got into the gym to like put on a little bit of size and I was to start working on my legs a little bit. And I met this guy at the gym and he was like, oh, you got a nice body. Like you can actually start competing. Like before then, I never thought about that.
Yeah, of course.
I was just training, do my own stuff. I was just trying to get strong at calisthenics and all that stuff. I was like, okay, maybe it could be good. Like, because I was also thinking about like not like performing anymore. So the bodybuilding at the stage, and I was like, I like to be on stage and stuff, like performing and all that stuff. I did that for like more than 10 years. So, okay, maybe I can do this in a different way.
Yeah.
I don't have to like rap but in a different way. So I was saying, I was like, okay, let's give it a go. And then it just went really well. And I started like, and that was the first time I even got in a diet and I saw my body changing and all that stuff. And it's the discipline though, like to like not wanting to do something, but still get it done. That helped me like in other areas of my life. And I was like, fuck, like I love this shit. Maybe I want to do it again.
Seeing results in something you don't want to do it,
Exactly.
and you're seeing the results because you're thinking, I'm not going to want to do this. Or
Yeah.
It's hard, and you're seeing results.
Yeah, and that actually helped me with my business. Sometimes in relationships, not just with girls, like even like friends and all that stuff. Just like be more disciplined about stuff. Yeah,
Wow. Well, like I said to you, because to be honest, I'm going to mention it a little bit. Yeah, when I was training,
yeah,
and don't worry about competing,
yeah.
just training.
So
To be honest, we're all just meatheads.
yeah,
I'm just saying to you, everyone was a plumber, carpenter. I was in IT,
yeah,
and at nights everyone was doing door work at the strippers because you had a big body.
yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's all it was,
I gotcha. Yeah,
and it was all casual. Nothing. It wasn't not full time. There wasn't even personal trainers.
yeah.
You
How long
go
ago was this?
What?
Like 20 years?
No, I'd say 1990s to 2000, maybe 19. What I mean, I was a personal trainer too. I went and did the AIF, Australian Institute of Fitness, or FII. But back then it was like $500 3 days or something. I don't know what it was. But I just did it as a casual thing, just
Shit.
money on the side, cash money maybe, like whatever. And training to us was, boy, you look good, man. Come and do the door at the nightclub. Come and do the door at the strippers. You could be security for the guy coming from overseas, the rock band.
Yeah.
It was basically not.
Okay.
And if you competed, that was even casual.
Okay.
So it was just, but now it's become like,
Now everywhere, man. Everywhere you see it. That's good, though.
No. I'm actually quite impressed because it's become amazing. I think everyone thinks they're an expert, but I think there's more to it than a good angle and a good camera.
Oh, definitely, man.
I think there's a lot of, and I think personally, even the word when I hear entrepreneur, mate, I was saying, Chris, I had 7 properties and I didn't even think I was an entrepreneur. I had 1 business and I didn't think I was an entrepreneur. Like I thought entrepreneurs,
It's like
like $1 million.
yeah.
That's net.
Sure.
Net in their pocket. I'm entrepreneur. $2 million a year net.
Yeah.
That's what I think entrepreneurs. So everyone's like an entrepreneur on 50 grand a year.
Oh, he's a 20.
Even 20 grand a year. I didn't say that, but it's true. Yeah. So, okay, let's go talking about calisthenics. Oh, yeah. We'll go a bit more about calisthenics. You were talking about, it was, because everyone's going to wonder, because if they didn't hear the first podcast going back season 1, season 2, it was a mate of yours that went to jail that came out looking buffed, and you went, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
And then he said, calisthenics, I'll show you.
So I was admiring his effort, to be honest. Just that. And then, obviously, like after a couple of weeks, he just started like just pushing me a little bit around. It's like, bro, you're so skinny. Like, why are you so skinny? Like, you should do something about this, okay? So it just bothered me a little bit. In the beginning, it wasn't like a big deal. And then after a while, it's like, okay, maybe like it's right. Like I'm fucking skinny as fuck. And if it did it, I can obviously do it too, right? So we just went on to this. There was no like outdoor like gyms where I used to live. So we just went to this football field, and we just started doing chin ups on the pole. That's it, and that's how it started, man.
And I do know that you help him out.
I'm helping him
free of charge.
I'm helping him out now. Yeah.
That's a good mate.
Man.
That's a good mate. I mean, good on you, man. I like the story. I was listening to it on the plane.
Yeah.
Trying to recap, and I was remembering stuff that you were talking about, which is really good. Well, tell us about the Australian comps. Tell us about the Australian comps.
Yeah.
What you've done, what you've achieved. What is your favourite win? Sometimes it's not the win that it's just, maybe it was your first win's your favourite. Maybe the second, I don't know, but tell us about the comps in Australia. What have you done?
I mean, I've done, how many shows have I done? I started competing in the IFBB 2022.
Yep.
No, sorry, 2021.
2021, yeah.
And I won the state show. I won Sydney show. I went to Melbourne. I think, no, it was Brisbane for the Nationals. And I placed second. So I was just so close to my pro card at my first show. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it another go. So the next year, I think I did season B, season A, 2021, and then I tried again, 2022, season A, and then I got my pro card. So after the second time, which was really, really good, Because I know a lot of people who's been trying for like ages, like been like doing comps for like 5 years and they still haven't done it.
You know, pro card.
Yeah.
Now, do you know that there are players in the NRL, we'll call it the National Rugby League, or sport?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know there's soccer players, rugby league players, NFL players that have never made it to a grand final?
Really?
They can play all their lives at the top level.
Sure. But
to get to the two teams against each other at a grand final and win the cup, not everyone gets that in their lifetime. So obviously a pro card is the same thing.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean,
because you can have a great body, you've really pushed, but you don't know who comes next year.
You don't never know. That's
like
what,
next
that's
year,
what,
you got a new guy, you go, where the hell did this guy come?
Exactly. And it was, it's getting very, very competitive now too. Like everyone's on their game and
the boys are looking huge.
It's just good, man. But they don't have to get too huge because it's not a size game anymore.
No, it's not a size game. But I'm saying, like, I think it comes to whatever the category actually asks for. But I think it's asking whatever it's asking for. It's asking for you to deliver on the symmetrical side of what they're asking for.
Yeah.
Either they want that package. They want the package. It's a package.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm also feeling, and I'm going to bring it up with Tony too.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it comes under your professionalism too. I think everyone likes you to be professional. I think we need.
Yeah.
It's not just about the body. I think it's the mentality. It's the professionalism, the way you present yourself.
Yeah, stage presence.
I believe that's how it happens overseas too. I don't think Seed Bum is winning all these just on body. I think
so. It's pretty.
No, but what I mean
is
is
far from all the other people though.
No. But what I'm trying to say to you,
charisma.
But he talks well.
Yeah, exactly.
But in interviews,
exactly.
You need that.
You need that.
The sport grows on your being able to sit in a podcast, sit in an interview.
Definitely.
So what I mean, Seed Bum, I think the reason he's excelling is everything matches the body, the mindset, personality, the presentation, on the stage, off the stage. You like the guy.
Exactly. And he's getting so many people to just start to compete too. So this, a lot of people get inspired by him.
Yeah. And like even one of my favorites at the moment in the big boys is I just like Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler is good.
No, but what I mean, I don't know. I think he's a good businessman.
Yeah.
I think that's what I mean. I think he's a good businessman.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
He was up against Ronnie Coleman when Ronnie Coleman was.
I think he won against.
He did beat him.
He did beat him. Yeah.
Did you know that Jay Cutler is the only competitor, and the only competitor, he won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
He lost the 3rd.
Okay.
Then he came back and won 4th and 5th. Not many come back.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
So in other words,
let's be consistent.
He lost the 3rd one. He said he didn't beat me. I let him win. Because he said I came in bad. He deserved to win because I came in bad.
Yeah.
So he came in and won. So he's the only bodybuilder because most win 1 and that's it.
That's
3 in a row, that's it. 8 in a row, that's it. But he won 2, lost, and he came back and won 4th and 5th. That takes a lot of mindset.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And he's got Jay Cutler. He's got a clothing line I think called 4 Crowns.
Yeah, I think he's got a podcast going on too at the moment.
Yeah, podcast is good. And me and Chris reached out to Milos. You know Milos?
No.
Milos is training some massive guys, and he was on.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I know the guy. Yeah.
He replied to us.
Yeah.
Said no.
At least he did reply.
Hey, he did reply.
But were you guys gonna pay for his ticket to come here or what? Where is he from? Is he in America?
He's in America. Pay. Jesus Christ, let us make some money, man. Let us make some money.
Yeah.
We're gonna scoundrel our way down to Melbourne, mate. We're gonna act like we're high rollers. We're gonna rock up like we're rap singers. Let us make cigars when I walk in to talk to Doherty. We're gonna light up a cigar with him. No. Okay. Yep. Okay. Australian comps. We've spoken about that. Did you overseas? Because you said you were going to do a comp besides Vancouver. Did you were going to do another comp?
Chicago,
but you didn't do it?
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't do that because I felt sick the day before, like it was 4 days out. I was traveling from Vancouver to Chicago. And the night before, I started feeling a little bit sick. And I was like, it's probably just going to be like temporary. And I'm going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to be all right. But I woke up and it was fucking west. And I had to like travel from Vancouver to Chicago in the fucking shittest feeling ever because everything was adding and I was on the plane for like I think 5 hours. And it just wasn't comfortable at all. But it is what it is, man. I do believe everything happens for a reason. I was definitely looking forward to this Chicago show because I think that was the one I prepped more for. Because it's big. It's really big. There's a lot of eyes there. You can
a Chicago show.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger than the Vancouver one. And so yeah, it just fucks me up a lot that I couldn't make it. But at the same time, I couldn't do anything. Like I couldn't even flex my muscles. So I was like, yeah, it is what it is.
You sounded. I think in your post when I read it, I think I replied to you.
Yeah, I think
you sounded a little lonely. Like I'm in a foreign place and I'm fucked.
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, just being there, fucked, sick, and fucking all this shit in my head. I'm like, why? Like, because to be honest, I haven't been sick for like even 7-8 years. Like last time I was sick, I can't remember, and it just got me there. I was like, what the fuck? Like, so it just fucked with me a little bit mentally.
Yeah, I see you feel. I felt like you were like you were tested.
Yeah.
Like but you made the test.
I made it. I mean, I still got back to Australia. I made it back. So,
what have I got here? What is challenging? Oh yeah, what was? So you went overseas.
Yeah.
You said you were flying. You had eggs.
Eggs and fish.
Eggs and fish, basically protein.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part about assimilating overseas? Because going to Melbourne, going to Brisbane, you're in Australia, you know Coles, you know this shopping centre, you know where you can go get food. When you're overseas, how did you assimilate? What had challenged you the most?
I think I just get sleep probably because of the jet lag and all that. And in terms of food, I was just eating the same food I was eating here, so it was quite easy. And definitely the jet lag and the time difference and all that did play a bit of tricks on me the first couple of days.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like going overseas and just eating and drinking, smoking is easy.
It's easy.
Now you're going in depletion mode.
Yeah.
Trying to hold on physique. You know when you're on a plane, sometimes you feel bloated. Like a plane is a funny feeling because the oxygen they let up. There's a lot of things going on. Yeah. You're sitting in a fucking seat
for like 14 hours.
14 hours, man. You're not really sleeping, and you've got to get off and think to yourself, "I'm going to be pumped again."
And I was depleted and all that. Midnight. I think I was doing this stuff with my passport. I needed to check in, and then I couldn't even do it properly. Like some people came and helped me. Like, do you need help? I couldn't even think properly. I was just putting my passport in the wrong way, and they were like, you have to put it that way. I was like, so no, I was fucked, man. I was completely fucked. That's called prep brain, and it's not fun at all.
Comp brain.
Yeah, prep brain.
Prep brain. What's prep brain? Because I've heard.
Oh yeah, when you just fag it, like your brain's foggy. Obviously, like you need sugar for your brain to function properly, and being that depleted, you don't get enough like sugar getting in your head and all that stuff. So you can seem dumb sometimes.
Really?
And it's just part of the game. Yeah, really dumb. Yeah.
Tell me, I spoke to Caitlin and Laurie, which is Liam's girlfriend.
Yes,
spoke about post-comp blues. And you know about post-comp blues? Meaning, have you ever suffered post-comp blues where where you're so geared on your food this time, that time, this time, that time, this time, that time, that time, this time. And then you've gone and done the comp and then there's nothing left and you're like feeling...
Yeah.
Do you ever get...
Depends. No, not really, because I always look forward to like eat. So that's like kind of like my reward.
Okay.
After the comp. But obviously...
What's the thing you eat?
Oh man, burgers and donuts. Yeah, I had like 10 donuts in a day.
Do you get...
I got fat, obviously. No. I felt sick though, obviously, because I was eating too much and my stomach wasn't really ready for that amount of food. So
burgers and donuts.
Burgers and donuts. That was the first thing I had. Yeah, I had like 10 donuts though.
Yeah. Any particular donut you like?
So I was in America, so I had those American burgers. So those American big donuts are so good, man.
Strawberry?
So good. Nah, it was I went out, so chocolate and shit. I love chocolate.
There's something about donuts, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't even eat them if I'm not on prep. You know what I'm saying? But if I go too long on the deficit, then I crave all this stuff. Otherwise, I don't eat.
You don't want it. But I guess when you finish deficit,
exactly,
boom,
that's the first thing you want. Hey, But now I can't even remember the last time I had a donut there.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. Okay, so what have you learned to keep? This is going to be all lessons for you.
Yeah.
In Australia, it seemed like, correct me if I'm wrong, seemed a bit easy because I think at one stage you said, "Man, I just turned up. I seemed to win. I seemed like not easy." Like,
And I mean,
how did you feel? What you saw overseas when you saw these serious?
so the thing is like it's a pro show, okay? So everyone there is.
This was your first pro show.
This is my first pro show.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you saw it was completely different, wasn't it?
Completely different, man. Completely different. Everyone there is like on top of their game, and it's not as an amateur show. So
This is not rainbows and
exactly. So you go hard and you fucking go hard, and this
go
what
hard
I
and go home.
this what I've learned. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't went hard enough, especially on my diet. So I know exactly what to do next time. Just diet more and just don't cheat on my diet. You know what I'm saying, yeah.
You use the mechanic, and he's going to be on our podcast too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he's great too. So we've got a lot of great guys, and like I said, yourself.
Solid boss.
Yeah, Scotty. He's going to be on the podcast soon.
that's good.
I think he's on for 4 weeks time. Yeah, man, he's great. I mean, I'm learning from you guys. Me and Chris are getting a whole training routine. Just for the podcast. We didn't pay a cent for you guys, and we've got the whole training routine now. So we'll be, you know what? We're going to compete against you guys and win.
We're gonna be waiting for you guys.
We're coming.
Because we're still working.
You're going to see me and Chris rock up with Muscle Talk jocks on, man. We're going to be really taking you guys on. So, all right. So, where are we? Oh, yeah. This was going to ask you. Where does the social media name the Black Terminator originate from?
Yeah, so growing up, I was watching, obviously, Arnold. And so I was very inspired by him on the Terminator movies and all that. And then when I got into bodybuilding, I wanted something that was associated with him.
Yep.
So then it was just more of like, how do you call it? More of like inspiration and looking up to him.
Yep.
Just trying to like, be like him. Because it was a great guy, like coming from like Austria to this American scene and making it that big. That's how I saw myself when I got into the bodybuilding scene. So that's why I gave myself that name. And everyone seems to like it. So it's like, okay, why not? So there was this time, I think it was probably 2 years ago. I was about to change my handle, my Instagram handle.
Okay.
So I did this poll on Instagram, just trying to like see what people, they were like, no, don't change it. We like it. So like, I was like, hey, why not? Why would I change it? I was like, let's go.
I think, I don't know. Whether it's, I mean, even when you look at your posts and you said you've done some modeling and I guess you know how to pose, we're all going to judge you regardless what your pose is. So I guess Black Terminator's attitude and your posing's a lot of attitude. I guess you're not coming in like unicorns and bloody rainbows.
Sure.
So you are a bit like a lot of attitude there, bro. So I think it works for you. I think it wouldn't work for me, but it worked for you.
It's more of like, it's not even to show off, because the more I say that, the more I want to like kind of be like him, the more I feel like I'm.
But I also think you do deliver on the package, and you said you pay homage to him.
Yeah,
so if you're paying homage,
exactly. Yeah,
that's all right.
Because sometimes I get people telling me like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" Or "Do you think the Terminator or some shit?" I'm like, I'm not as big as he was. Obviously, I'm not saying I'm as good as he was, but he's gotten me to this point where I am because it just inspired me to like be who I am. So I'm just gonna stick with that name.
A lot of
there's gonna be haters always, man.
Haters, man.
Or they always comment on my legs, or you got skinny legs and shit, because they gotta say something. So
there was one post back with John, and you know what they wrote?
What?
They said
to John?
No, to me. They're back there.
Yeah.
But they said about me. They said the car host looks like he needs to start training. And you know what I reply? You're right.
That's good. And they don't like that. They don't like that.
You're right. Needs to start training. Okay, you're right.
Sure. So, that's the way to get them, man.
That's the way to get them, man. All right. We spoke last time and about good works, giving back to the mother country. You spoke about, and I think that was a moment. I think, I look, I'm not. I have this thing about faith.
Yeah.
And this is how I see life. Anyone that tells me, oh my God, you just did something good, you're going to get good luck. I say, I don't want good luck like that. You tell me I've got to do good to have good luck. I just want good luck.
Yeah.
I don't want it through just my good deeds. I want my good deeds to just be flowing.
Yeah.
And also when they say, oh, in relation to religion, maybe, oh, God will look down on you happy because you did something good. No, what are you talking about? I didn't do it just for that. I do it because I have to. It's like I have to. It's like I want to. Because I believe good will come because I'm trying to find it, not waiting for it to come back to me.
Sure.
I go looking for it. Yeah. Is that how, like, you spoke about wanting to do something back with your motherland, your
back home in Africa,
back in Africa. What is it like? What is the Terminator wanting to do? What is it that you want to get back? Do you want to erect gyms there? Do you want to start
gyms, like supplements and all that stuff? Because like there's a lot of like potential out there, but the thing is like obviously poor nutrition and not people train, but they don't have the science behind it. So you just train just to train, and I just want to like just bring the science of nutrition and exercise to Africa, because they genetics is there, but they just train however.
Genetics is there, man.
And they don't eat enough, obviously, because most of them don't even have the money to do it. And I just want to make it easier for like everyone wanting to like do this seriously to be able to do it. So I just want to put on gyms and maybe supplements, and obviously if we see someone that's doing really good, we can like offer them some sponsorship with some like brands and all that stuff. So that's the big goal.
Well, you never know. Maybe some entrepreneur, a true entrepreneur that makes $250,000 a year, maybe billions. That's what I see entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Maybe they say, all right, you know what? Contact us to contact. Because we're managing Patrick now, by the way. No, but maybe someone might say, you know what, Patrick, let's do something, and maybe
sure. You never know, man.
So you never know who's listening out there. So why wait when you've made it? Why not do it while you're going there?
Exactly. Oh, I would love to fucking do it already.
Yeah. So if someone is out there thinking they want to work with Patrick to better the Africa, come and see him. Where to from here with the Black Terminator? What is your next comp? What are you looking out for? What are you looking forward to? What are you going to do?
So at the moment, I'm just trying to like cruise a little bit. I'm just trying to like recover from this last comp. It's been 4 weeks now, so I'm kind of like all right already.
Yeah, you seem like you're coming out of the cave.
Yeah, exactly.
You've replied to me. I wondered what that was 4 weeks ago, Patrick.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
just Chris Patrick actually likes us. He replied.
Yeah, I got back. So the first couple of weeks, I was like, I was here, but I wasn't even here. Like, I was mentally still fucked. And then everything has started like to go really well now.
Good.
And I think I'm just gonna take a break to the end of the year, and then I'll start doing.
Probably a good time to go visit the shows again. Go back, sit in there and be a spectator.
Exactly, just fine.
You just go, like you said.
I'm gonna watch all these shows.
I think
probably go to Melbourne, go to the stage, to the nationals and all that stuff.
I think they'd love to see you there because you're always a happy face, and
sure.
Doherty would be happy, and all the shows. I think you should even go some to the other shows and go have a look at them. Like,
I'll definitely go to Melbourne. I'll go to Melbourne and Brisbane for the nationals, and obviously Sydney because I'm here. Yeah. But it should be fun.
Like, yeah, no, sounds good.
Yeah, so as I was saying,
so 2024 maybe.
Yeah, 2024.
What are you looking at in 2024?
I think I'm gonna go to Europe. Yeah,
Europe again.
I'm gonna do some European shows. And
which one you reckon? If you were
probably Italy, because I'm gonna go home. That would be good for like even my friends and family to come see me. Because none of my friends.
They got pro show in Italy.
Yeah. Every year, I think it's around June. They always do that around June, and then I'll go to Portugal, and then the UK. That's
UK.
Yeah.
No USA maybe next year.
I'll see. Those ones are a little bit later, so I'll definitely I'll see.
So Europe comps maybe.
Europe comps and maybe Japan.
Because like I said, that Jason guy, I was watching, just studying him, and he was comp hopping.
That's how
and he got to
the place. Yeah,
I just watched it when he leapfrogged at one stage. He just went from boom, and he got it.
Oh, he looks fucking good though. He's really amazing. So
I'm surprised he's coming on that podcast.
When is he coming?
Chris, when have we got Jason on? I think we got him in 4 weeks.
Is it coming here?
No. If he was coming here, I'd have you. We go for a drink. Well, you guys don't drink. I'd drink.
Yeah.
But
Okay, online, yeah.
Online. We're gonna do it online. But yeah, no, he's. We got another girl who's doing Olympia.
Oh yeah, who's she?
Amy. Her name's Amy. She's doing.
Is she Australian?
No, American.
Okay, I don't know.
And we're getting her just before she goes in.
Okay,
Doing a Part B with her.
fucking that's good, man.
Yeah, man. Look,
That's good.
we're booked out, man.
That's fucking good.
Man, we're doing something right.
threeog.shop.
All right, we're going to go through the whole body now.
For the what side?
We're going to go through the whole body.
That's good.
All right, so whether look, if you don't train it, you don't train it. You can say, I don't train it. But you can offer an exercise if you want. One exercise, reps and sets. That's all.
Reps
Give you an
and sets.
example. Reps and sets, meaning if I said I do spider curls for bicep,
Yeah,
I'll say 2 sets, 15 reps.
yeah.
Or failure, whatever it is. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm going to start with traps.
You train for on the 100 traps. 100 traps.
We could do the whole repeats. Anyone that does traps.
Yeah. 100 traps.
All right, don't train traps. Let's move on to the next one. Delts, re-delts.
Real delts, yeah.
What exercise?
So
Yeah,
I do the cable. Now I'm actually the pec fly.
Yeah.
So it's just reverse fly. That's
Reverse
on
pec
the pec fly. Yeah.
The peg like with your elbows.
No.
Oh, with the cables.
Yeah, with the machine. It's
Yeah,
just
with the yeah. Okay, how many sets?
3, 4,
And reps?
depends. So normally 15. So I choose like a comfortable weight to get onto 15. But I get to 15, and I'm sure I can do any more.
All right, so you've chosen your weight well, but even the next set, if you think you need to go up,
I'll just
you're
go
gonna
up.
play it enough.
Yeah. Oh,
I get it.
if I need to go lower,
Because I was listening to the podcast before, you predominantly like failure. You like to get to the exhaustion.
exactly. Like always, every set.
I've learned that this year. I've learned all about failure,
Oh yeah.
and that's how the 90s was.
I don't think a lot of people actually don't know what failure is. The thing they do,
They don't.
the thing they do
I thought
until
I used to stop thinking
yeah.
just enough,
Okay. Yeah.
and I realized I had another 5 in me.
Sure.
So it's amazing.
Yeah.
What about side delts?
I had to train them a lot, lateral raises, so dumbbells, cables, or the machine and stuff. So at the moment, I'm trying to I'm focusing on my shoulders a lot, so I do that like a couple of times a week.
So what do you do for side delts? What are exercises? Oh, you said the exercise. How many sets?
3, 4. I always rep 3, 4, 15, 20. Yeah.
Even though we'll say the same numbers, because Chris cuts it up, the podcast.
Yeah, sure.
It allows the fans to sit there and say, "Oh, I love it."
Yeah, it's 15, 20, sometimes 30. It depends. Yeah.
Man, I know. I've done some. I'll tell you what I've learned. I've learned how to do dumbbell flies to try to not engage the traps.
The traps. Like
You really have to think about that.
Yeah.
So you don't engage your traps when you're doing it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of thought process.
There's a lot of stuff to it, man.
Front raises. Front delts.
From delts. Well, obviously, I do shoulder presses, shoulder press, and what else?
I think that was
Every time I work on my
the
chest,
struggle workout.
when
When you're doing the struggle workout, the one, the therapy one, the therapy.
yeah. That was 100 kilos. Like,
That was big, man.
That was good. That was really good.
That was right. Delts, huh?
Yeah. Upper chest.
Maybe
front
upper chest, I saw
yeah.
the angle.
A bit of yeah.
Yeah, so delts, you do like a front raise.
Yeah.
Delts, how many sets?
Always 3, 4. I
And
like
reps?
4 sets. Reps, it depends. So I just mix them up a little bit. I like to like go every for a couple of reps, and then that's normal. So last time I was doing 100 kilos, 6 to 8 reps,
Okay, yeah.
and then maybe back it down to like maybe 80 and do 10 to 12.
Yeah. But everything's failure to you.
Everything's failure. Then maybe I'll do like a back off set, and then go a little bit lighter and just maybe 20, 30. This depends. It's really light and just do as many as I can. Yeah.
All right, chest, upper chest.
Upper chest, I do. So that's the only thing I do when I train chest.
Yeah, you don't train chest.
I just do upper chest, and I like this inclined spin machine. What's it called? The exercise? It's called high inclined at the spin machine.
Mhm.
So you just put a bench there and you just go really wide and just bring it down under your chin and just push it about up. So it just works your upper chest and your front delt too.
Mate,
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah.
Most of us won't even know you got that right. Don't worry, man. This is not a perfect podcast, buddy. Listen, mate. You studied sports science. That's enough.
Yeah,
it's harder than me. I have no certificate. This is my certificate.
Yeah, but you got properties and shit. That's all you get. Like.
All right, Andy. That's the thing. That's true. That's true. Sorry about that. That's true. It's true. I can tell you about Rich Dad Poor Dad, man. That was a great book.
I read that too. Yeah.
Have you read that?
I smudged this actually in 3 days.
That book taught me to buy something. I bought property for free. No money down. No.
How do I fucking do that?
I went to New Zealand. Have I said this story? Probably have. You know. I went to New Zealand, right? Quickly, I'll just do a quick story. I went to New Zealand, knew nothing about it. Someone told me you can get positively geared property. Positively geared means that the return on the rent pays for your mortgage. Okay. That's what positively geared. Negative geared means you've got to dip into the mortgage, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to New Zealand, just jumped on a plane, flew Virgin. We'll do Virgin sponsors if you want. And we went and I flew Virgin, by the way, back from Gold Coast today. Having said that, flew to New Zealand, Christchurch, and I saw that it was true. I could buy positive geared property, but I didn't speak to any banks. So I rang my bank here, St. George Bank. It was back in its time. And I said, listen, I'm looking to buy a property. What will you give me? And they said they'd give me 80%, 60%, whatever percentage they said.
Yeah.
So then they had a bank in New Zealand called ASB. And I said, I've got no paperwork, man. I was working for myself. I've got no paper. I've got nothing. What would you give me for the property? They said, look, we'd give you 90% of the property with nothing shown. And I said, if I ask for 80, it's guaranteed? They said, yes. Yeah. So I got 80% from ASB, 20% from St. George. That's 100%. Yeah. There's no stamp duty in New Zealand. Fuck. I just paid $700 solicitors.
What was this?
Early 2000s. That's still very good. That's good. Mate, I'll buy property anywhere as long as it's positively geared.
Yeah.
It pays my mortgage. I'll buy anywhere.
Is to do that now,
mate?
Is it possible to do that now?
Heaps possible. You just got to talk to the right people like me.
Sure.
You got to talk to the right people.
Sure.
You got to talk to the right people, bro. Man. I love property. Property everywhere is property. And why I love property too. I mean, we can go. Why I love property is, I love the structure of property. Like I love this property. But also what I like about property is property gives someone a home. Yeah. And me, when I buy properties, I always think, will I live in it? So I don't really buy shitty derelict places.
Sure, I gotcha.
And when I do buy it, when someone says to me, they need to fix the tap in the bathroom, I fix it because I would like it to be fixed. So I love knowing I'm helping people live in a home. Yeah, sure. So there's that part too. And I love money.
Yeah, sure.
I love property. Everyone who doesn't, man.
Yeah,
come on. Okay, so you train the upper chest. You've already said that. We're not going to edit that out. Bicep.
No. I haven't trained arms since probably maybe
come on.
Almost a year.
I mean, Chris can tell me he doesn't train it.
No, indirectly. When I do back, when I do push and pull, always works your arms a little bit, but
all right. No.
I can't remember the time I did a bicep curl.
All right, let's say you're training me. And these little, they're not fucking. I said, look, come on, Black Terminator, big arms. What are you going to give me? What would you give me?
So I do find like training biceps and triceps together. If you really like it, it's really good because you just keep the blood there. So just supersets.
Supersets both together, yeah? Go, tell us a superset because no one's done it. Tell us what's a superset.
It could be anything. It could be just bicep curl and just straight into like a push down.
Yes.
Just plus a push down.
Yes.
And then obviously like you always want to get to failure.
So how many sets?
This depends, 3, 4. It just depends on the week.
Yeah. Mix it up.
3, 4 mix. Fine. Yeah. It just depends on the volume during the week. So if you maybe training maybe arms, maybe twice a week, I think maybe 4. Maybe 6 sets, 6 to 10 sets. Yeah, it's enough because they're small muscles. You don't need to smash them.
And tricep
together.
Yeah, 6 or
not 6. Yeah.
It's fair enough.
Six sets, like, yeah.
Cable pull downs or over the shoulder.
Yeah, this is superset.
Superset.
Yeah.
I haven't done a superset arms, but I do know that they pump up, man.
This is fucking good, man.
At the moment, I'm keeping them on their own. I don't set up. I don't do bicep. I do biceps with. I tell you what I do. Biceps.
Back or something like that. Or
No,
chest.
I do. No, I do biceps with quads.
With quads?
So I let my bicep do its own work. I don't
Okay.
touch it with anything else. I just do quads.
Yep.
And I hit biceps.
Yeah.
I do hammies. I do tris.
And twice. Yeah, it's good.
Because I want legs to enjoy themselves and I want the arms to enjoy
themselves. Yeah.
So I give them.
I mean, look, like anything works. I'm saying, as long as like.
But I've done all the sets.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can actually overwork them and they're not.
Yeah.
Then I respond.
That's it. Definitely.
Like that. Yeah.
This depends on the person. So it's like how much food they're eating, their ability to like recover and all that. It just depends on a lot of stuff. Yeah. Because I myself find that I can deal with a low volume. So even back then when I was training biceps, I was doing 12, 15, 20 sets even a week. And I was still getting some good results. But it's not for everyone. You know what I'm saying? There's even training these different people all the time, I've noticed like it's not what works for me might not work for everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, well, I think that's where if you're a good personal trainer too, you got to cater for people, man. You actually got to ask a lot of questions. And there was another thing. I won't bring it up right now. Maybe I will. I don't know. Yeah. Forearms. Do you train forearms?
Really.
No, that's what I does. I do a bit of forearms, but I'm letting you know. I do failure.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm doing other stuff with my calisthenics and stuff, I do work a lot on them. So indirectly, they get the job done.
All right. What about abs? What's your favorite ab exercise?
So leg raises.
Leg
raises on the bar.
On the bar, leg raises, right on the bar.
Yeah.
Yep. How many sets?
So 3 to 4.
3 to 4.
4. 12, 15. Nothing too crazy because the thing is like you don't want to overdo it when it comes to like core because you can actually get them thicker. You can get your waist thicker. So
if you overdo it.
If you overdo it, yeah.
No, I didn't know.
So yeah.
I'll learn something. I'll calm them down.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it's not an issue if you're not looking to compete and all that stuff.
No, but I like. Who doesn't like a small waistline?
Yeah, it's
cool. And plus, you need a small waistline with what you do.
For what part of as I saw, so I don't do squats, I don't do deadlifts, none of that stuff.
What about quads, though?
Quads, yeah. I do love like leg press, hack squat, lunges.
All right, sets, reps.
Always 3, 4.
3, 4.
3 to 4, yeah.
Reps.
Depends. So if I'm going really heavy, 8 to 10. Otherwise, 15, 20 reps. Something like that.
Yeah.
And I always go on the feeling though. So it just
quads, it's always about the full range of movement.
What do you mean, sorry?
Full range of movement.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the knee flexion, so I have to like go really, really deep in it.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. The more you flex
that's the scary part.
The more you work on it.
Yeah, that's where you...
Yeah. So hack squat is actually very good. Very good machine.
Hack squat is very good, eh?
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Hammies.
I mean, I do leg curls, RDLs, women and deadlifts, and standing leg curls, laying leg curls.
Sets, reps?
Always like that. 3, 4, 12, 15.
12, 15.
Yeah.
What about glutes?
I don't really train glutes on their own. No, I don't. I used to, but I don't anymore, yeah. And I got good glutes anyway, so.
You like it. Well, looking at your red budgie smugglers you wore in Italy, you look like you got a right glutes. Calves?
Calves, yeah. I do train them, yeah.
What do you do?
So I do leg.
What's a good
I do the leg extension. Just do leg sorry, how do you call them?
The leg press machine?
Yeah, calf raises, yeah. Calf raises.
Calf raises. Calf raises.
Calf raises, yeah.
How many sets, reps, same thing?
So yeah, 4 on that, 4. So I do the first couple of sets. So first 2 sets really heavy. So I go fucking heavy, and I do it to like maybe 8 to 10 reps, and then the last 2 like medium weight, and then go from 15 to 20 reps. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay. What about tibialis? Not really. I mean, I was watching a podcast, and I actually sent it to Liam. I might send it to you. This podcast. It's called Impact Theory, and they're talking to a guy. I forgot his name was Andy something, and he talked about. Not just I don't know what the word he used. It's like you have limitations that are exposed, meaning why can't you put on muscle or why can't you be a supreme athlete? This might help you even when you do comps. And it spoke about that your limitations sometimes aren't what you see, it's what you don't see. He was talking about even parasites in your stomach, but also your sleeping and what you're sleeping on. Is your mattress clean? Is your pillow clean? All these things create elite athletes. We're talking about NFL players.
I got you.
Like we're talking about from the elites, they wonder how do they become the elitists?
Sure.
Some of it is not just about your diet, but it's also about your gut health, your sleep health, your bed routines. Like everything is so important for you to be optimal.
I agree. Yep.
So it's kind of like making,
Definitely, yeah.
So that's something. Well, this is a point for you to promote yourself, sponsors, websites, socials, in person. There you go.
What's that? Sorry, what do I do?
Promote yourself.
Let's promote myself. I don't fucking know what to say.
You firstly, I'm the Black Terminator.
Yeah.
I'm on fucking Instagram. And like, I try World Gym. I'm a trainer there.
Yeah.
And my sponsors are.
Yo, it's a boy.
You don't have to sing it, but you can do whatever you want.
It's a boy, the Black Terminator, and you can find me on Instagram with that handle. And I do offer online coaching. I'm doing face-to-face personal training sessions at the World Gym Moore Park. And just hit me up if you wanna even just have a chat about comp prep or even how to take your physique to the next level. I'll be more than happy to help you guys. And just let's get it.
Let's get it, mate. So good to see you. Glad you could see the day.
Thank you so much.
Like us.
No, man, I'm just dealing with so much shit. I was like,
Ali Jaggy, man.
oh man, actually, these guys, they're looking to be like my managers.
Yes.
So they're from Italy, and they sent me a contract. Where was that? 6 weeks ago. I told them I was gonna sign it today because I'm just getting back slowly to life.
Thank you.
Just
bro. Good to see you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.